Howdy, Jacob here. And, this video will be previewing Week 3. Minnesota Vikings hosting the Detroit Lions. Oh boy. Well, let's just say this game is not going to be an easy one. Yeah, they never really are anymore, are they? Yeah. Yeah, still kind of salty and, processing that loss from Philadelphia where, like I say, as I mentioned before, just kind of a couple final statements there, but it is what it is. Like, you're going to have those games where you just get smacked in the mouth. And the key is going to be how you respond. And so, with that being said, key number 1, how do you respond? This is going to be very telling because, again, you're at home coming off of a just disgustingly bad performance overall. Say what you will about that, it wasn't a great performance by any means. However, though, at the very least, it seemed like the team was fighting. But, again, when you get smacked in the face, punched in the teeth, kicked in the nuts, there's only so much you can do. So, again, it is what it is. We can't go back and redo that game. We can only move forward. So, again, key number 1, how do you respond? Because, well, get this. The Lions are very, very good on offense. Like, scary good now. Amon-Ra St. Brown is taking over. DeAndre Swift is finally living up to his potential. Hawkinson, still one of the best tight ends in the league. Jared Goff is now Jared Goff and no longer Jared Goof, which, Dan Campbell has those boys ready to go. Dan Campbell, well, let's just see how many kneecaps he tries to bite off this week. But again, though, the big test is also going to be, can we slow those guys down? Because last week, good God. That was ugly. I could have ran through those lanes. I could have caught passes with the way their offensive line was just motor racing us. The Detroit Lions have a really good offensive line, too. So, that pass rush, man, this has a very eerie, 2009 type of feel to it, or a success. Basically, what I mean by that is, depending on how our defensive line does, will depend on how far we go. Because at this point, our defense can't stop a damn cold. And, I don't know. Granted, again, it's only week 3, but still. Yikes. And again, the Lions are no longer a pushover team. They're no longer an easy win. Just ask the Eagles week 1. It took them holding on. And also, they just absolutely mollywomped the Commanders. So, that's basically going to be, can we stop their offense? Can we slow them down? Can we make them one-dimensional? Which is easier said than done. However, though, Kirk Cousins is 4-0 at home as a Viking playing the Lions. So we do have that on our side. And, don't sleep on the Lions. That's all I'm going to say. Just please don't sleep on the Lions. And now flipping it around, Kirk Cousins, now is your chance. Prove it to us. Prove that last week was just an anomaly. At least give us some fucking hope here, because at this point, if you don't be surprised if we start looking around at other options. Because at this point, It's literally no different than it's been over the last few seasons. Can't perform on Monday night. Can't perform in the primetime spotlights. Can't perform under pressure. I mean, we've heard it all. And still just... Yeah, again, we've heard it all. And to this point, I still haven't seen anything that changes my mind on that. So, can you come out and prove to us that, this isn't a fluke? Can you at least come out and just get your confidence back? Because if you don't be surprised if we start seeing Nick Mullins come in. And again, like I say, it's only week 3. So there's still plenty of time to sort of get everything gelling and clicking. But again, this is, very much a pattern-based league and stuff like that. And I'm seeing similar patterns that have me worried. But again, we'll just wait and see there. Because their defense isn't great, but it's solid, and their defensive line has gotten a lot better. Also helps too when you have Aiden Hutchinson, the number 2 overall pick on your defensive line, who's actually been beasting and feasting this year. So, again, there's just a lot to process there, right? So, hopefully our offensive line can get their ducks in a row, poop in a group, whatever phrase you want to use. Because the Eagles had the game plan ready to go. Then again, like I say, too, the Eagles were also playing their first home game of the year. And, well, again, it's like, now we get to find out what Kevin O'Connell is. Now we get to find out what Kwesi is. Now we get to find out, is the culture different? Is this the change we've been waiting for? Or is this just much the same? I don't know. Like I say, it's still too early for me to give my final opinions or overall general thoughts yet, because again, it's literally the 3rd game of the season. And there's, against the Packers, it gave me hope and optimism, and against the Eagles, it basically, showed controversy. It showed adversity. It showed pain. It showed just getting your teeth kicked in. It showed your true colors. Now, how do you bounce back against a divisional opponent at home? Because after this game, we fly across the pond to take on the New Orleans Saints in London. And the Saints are not an easy team either. I mean, like I say, we have a lot of tough opponents going into the bye week. The Dolphins are even looking scarier than I thought. And I thought they would be a pretty good team. Granted, like I say, though, it's week 3. So, again, boys, you know what you got to do here. Prove to us fans and prove to the media, prove to everybody that this isn't Zimmer 2.0. This isn't Spielman 2.0. This isn't Woe Was Me 2.0. We have a divisional opponent coming to our house. A division opponent that we've beaten the last 4 times at home. A division opponent that has given us fits. A division opponent you can no longer overlook as an easy win. You know what you gotta do, fellas. Let's get this fucking thing done. So until we meet again, this is Jacob. And Vikings, wake up and let's do the damn thing. Let's show the country that last week was just an anomaly. Last week was just a kick in the teeth, not a pattern of concern.